Welcome back to another episode of Smoke and Mirrors. This is episode 98, and we've scoured the web to bring you the latest in streaming film and entertainment news. But firstly, how we doing, big dogs? We good?
Yeah.
O's is excellent, most excellent this week, even though shelled out nearly $4,000 in repairs for the old car there. Those mechanics just slip their hand under your shirt and squeeze your tit till it's purple.
Big time.
But hopefully, everything's all right soon.
Nice.
I want to drive an actual car. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel that.
How you
I'm
going?
also doing. Yeah, I'm doing fantastically well. What do you call it? O's got their L's today, so I'm on the road to fucking getting in that car seat myself.
Very nice. You driving everywhere then.
Nice. Oh, good. But we'll move into our news. So, starting from January 1st next year, we're going to have a lot more actors being able to jump into a lot more roles after an agreement with SAG-AFTRA, which is the actors union. So now they've broken down this wall of exclusivity, meaning that in this agreement, producers will be required to give actors a 3-month window after each season that's directed where they can take any job they want, which means we might see actors in a lot more like roles in other series now as well, which is fucking cool.
Yeah. I can't believe that this wasn't a thing before. That actors were exclusively tied to that show, and in the downtime, they couldn't do anything else.
Yeah.
That's an old trick. That's why. That's why they didn't do it. Because admittedly, there wasn't that many characters on TV.
Yeah.
So you would see Jake Cahill in another show, you think he's Jake Cahill. You don't think that he's somebody else.
Yeah. That's because they
why.
almost couldn't change their appearance and stuff like that because they're on the next show. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why. It's just now, I mean, people do everything. It's TV and movies. It's not just TV. Some people were stuck doing TV for years, man.
Yeah.
They never ever transitioned into film.
Yeah,
True.
that's true.
It must have been like I don't know if it would be a big shakeup, but Twitch had a very similar conversation in the same week where they were talking about exclusivity for streaming too. So now anyone who's partnered with Twitch, they can stream to like YouTube, but they just can't stream at the same time. So you can stream to Twitch in the morning, YouTube at night, things like that.
Jesus. Okay.
Yeah.
I suppose the flexibility's there. This is digital age, goddammit.
That's
People
it.
got to move quick, break things.
Yeah. 100%.
All right. So Aaron Paul, who we know as Jesse Pinkman, or in his role in Westworld. What's his name in Westworld?
Caleb.
He said that after 64 episodes of playing Jesse Pinkman and one TV movie, Netflix movie, he's done. He said that there'll always be a special place in his heart for Jesse, but he's done with that character now. This is just after he reprised his role in Better Call Saul.
Yeah. Reprised it for like
2 episodes.
Yeah. I did ask the question, does anyone want to see Pinkman reprise? Like a Pinkman reprise? And one of the artists on Instagram was like, I'd like to see the Kingpin Pinkman after he gets away at the end of El Camino.
Yeah.
Jesse's just running shit. Moving from one Jesse to the other. Jesse Eisenberg is playing Bigfoot for the Zelner brothers. So he said the role itself is legit. He's in full hair and makeup and he just grunts. No lines, he just grunts. And he said it's been the best role so far.
This is one for him or one for them?
I reckon this is both for him, to be honest. The role I was born to play, baby. Bigfoot.
Seems just been growing his hair since BVS the whole fucking time.
They are not fucking with my man from Harry and the Hendersons, though. Kevin Peter Hall.
Kevin Peter,
legend.
Yeah. The same man who played the Predator. That's my guy.
That's it. Also, Stan Winston effect. Harry and the Henderson
Yes, it was.
killed it.
True. What do you call it? Michael Mann's been fucking everywhere recently, man. So he's got everything sorted for that Ferrari biopic that he's got going on. But then he was also talking Heat too, and how he said it's never ever gonna like play its part as a TV series or anything like that. It's always been planned to be on the big screen, never the small screen. And when he was talking about that, he's like, I don't knock television. Television's great. It's the fucking golden age. But when you see Heat 2, you have to see it on the big screen. And then he was just talking about like his idea of like modern action now as well. And he's not that impressed with it as well. What he said was, I'm just bored by it. It's not very interesting. I mean, sometimes the choreography is so outrageous that it's fascinating and it is quite good, but generally no, it's just stale.
I think that's fitting. That's some true shit.
We don't get action films like that anymore.
Yeah.
There's no budget for those anymore. The Netflix or one of the streamers needs to start just doing those.
But there's also like the artistic side of an action sequence.
Mm-hmm.
With the second unit always shooting action, right? And directors are just like, yeah, cool. And they probably only see it in the editing bay. They didn't shoot like the close-ups of someone's hand on the gun, building tension and like doing stuff. Whereas in Heat, that last sort of cat and mouse game that they play at the airport,
Yeah,
you can feel that shit. That is tense as fuck.
Yeah.
yeah. It's like the greatest game of tag ever.
Yeah. Deadly tag.
Yeah, it's death tag. All right. So Nick Pizzolatto, the writer of True Detective, he's lining up 3 projects right now. He doesn't know which one's a go or what's going to happen. The first one is an original feature. It's going to co-star Vince Vaughn, and he's going to play a Vegas singer. And there's a bunch of other people supposedly cast, but they haven't said anything. Just Vince right now at the start. The second is something called the Grass Rifles, and it's original Western. It's a TV series. He says that it's his most populist, funniest, and romantic thing he's ever written. I don't know if I want to watch that one. It just sounds a bit kooky to me. The third one is a film adaptation of Jack Beaumont's spy novel, The Frenchman. So this is based on true life experiences by a real officer in the DGSE, Secret Service, I'm pretty sure. And in this one, he's got to stop a Pakistani bioweapons facility from weaponizing strains of bacteria and stuff like that. Sounds kind of like what's going on now. Along with saving, his reputation after a failed mission. This is the redemption mission.
Oh
So
shit.
the redemption mission,
Yeah.
that hits different. Always
yeah.
hits different. That's
Everything's
the
like fucking the stakes is high at the redemption mission.
Yeah.
it's always been on black. It's Passenger 57. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
You gotta have the
that's what it
flashbacks
is.
in the
Yeah.
moment.
While he's doing the fights.
Yeah. And where he failed, he has to succeed.
Yeah. You know
it. I'm looking forward to it, man. I like Pizzolatto.
Yeah.
So as part of D23, Thor 4 has been confirmed to be dropping on the streaming service September 8th, which is good because I really want to have another crack at watching this, and hopefully I enjoy it this time. Seeing what I've seen and accepting it, and then just being a part of the journey, as opposed to what the fuck is this? Because that's what I was like when I watched it.
We're not the only people that said that, though.
I know, but I think the tone of that film was so surprising that people just immediately checked out. But knowing it now, I'm hoping that I can tap in, because I don't want to hate it. To be honest, that's not the outcome that I want. I don't think any film lover or movie watcher should be aiming to just be like, fuck this movie. You know what I mean? Like, get me in and like let me enjoy it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
even if it's fuck this movie, I always tend to go back to the movies where I'm like, fuck this movie.
That's it.
I'll
Yeah.
never watch this movie again.
Yeah.
What am I doing? I'm throwing Johnny Mnemonic on. Like, you
Yeah.
know,
I'll watch Rise of
Like-
Skywalker the most.
yeah. Like maybe I missed something.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey pals, don't forget about me, your old friend X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Hey, there's a special ring of hell for the Fox execs that fucked with X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Movie is great all the way up until they do the flashback. So when
Flashback.
they do the mission,
Yeah.
yeah, that movie is fire all the
Yeah.
way up until there.
Fucking hell.
True. Alrighty, so we got our a sequel to Knives Out, Glass Onion. We've got our official release date. It's releasing globally on Netflix on the 23rd of December. We're also going to get some news later on about the limited theatrical release as well. Hopefully, we get an Australia fucking date for that shit. We also got some first look images as well. So we got, Benoit doing his thing, Daniel Craig, he's there, and he's at this table talking to everyone there. It looks fucking cool, man. We also got a picture of Ryan Johnson doing his thing too in the background. I'm fucking excited, man.
Same.
I fucking hope this is good.
I really want a trailer. I want to see what that tone is going to be like because it's a European mystery.
Mm.
So you'd
Yeah.
almost think Agatha Christie, like that kind of vibe.
All right, so we got our first look at Pinocchio. We also got our first trailer as well. Second trailer, sorry. This is like the first trailer with Pinocchio in it.
Oh yeah, when you see Pinocchio, yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
and doesn't look too bad.
Mm.
It looks just like the what's his face, the cartoon,
Yeah.
which is funny. But yeah, the it looks like you're going to see them like smoking and drinking as children, which is wild to me.
Oh.
Was always wild to me, and turning into donkeys and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, it looks just like the anime.
I always like never connected with Pinocchio.
Mm-mm.
Never a movie that I like to watch. I actually felt like deep sadness watching Pinocchio.
Yeah,
There was never a point where I was in with the journey.
because that Pinocchio is not the feel-good Disney movie.
Nah.
Pinocchio is the cautionary tale.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you fuck around.
Yeah. You want to fuck around? So looking at this one, like this is a proper good look now. There's a big budget attached to it. Seeing this trailer and then seeing the GDT one, which one are you looking most forward to? Both streaming. Wild.
Del Toro's.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for
100%.
me, there's it gets down. Ron Perlman's gonna be that guy that the ringleader.
Yeah.
He's more than he's gonna be that guy.
Yeah.
He's gonna voice that guy.
Yeah. It also looks a lot darker, which I think is the tone for Pinocchio. This shit can't be bright and colorful.
It starts like that. That's the best thing about Pinocchio is that it starts all bright and colorful and promising, and then just gets really dark. Like he goes to school, he wants to be a real boy, he gets bullied, he leaves.
Yeah.
He gets caught up with the wrong crowd, he gets swallowed by a whale. Pause.
Swallowed him a hole.
Yeah. Like it's wild.
It's making me want to watch AI.
Fuck.
It's that
I haven't watched
same
AI in
sort of
years.
story, yeah.
Huh?
It's that same story.
Yeah. Except I think the ending is much, much darker. John Mayer's song, Walt Grace's Submarine Test, Jan 1967, which is a wild, long title, is becoming a movie. So, it's getting its own story there. It's about a journey, man's journey and he starts building a submarine. That
Okay.
will, yeah,
It's almost like the Yellow Submarine, which was
almost, yeah.
also a song by the Beatles that also got turned into a movie.
Was that like
Yeah.
a movie album? You know what I mean? Like they scored the film,
I don't know.
but the film, I don't know. I don't know these things.
So we also got Insidious 5, which is the first Patrick Wilson led debut for this man in the series. And it's officially wrapped as well.
Hmm.
And this is actually exciting for me. It brings it back to Insidious 1 and 2. So it follows that same family from the first two, the Lambert family.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Bato's back, isn't he? Ty Simpkins?
Yeah. Motherfucker.
All right, so we got our re-release poster for No Way Home. What is this? The special stuff version, something like that.
All the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the fun stuff version.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we go. There was also like a 1 minute long trailer as well that didn't really look different. So I was like, all right.
Yeah. I don't know what to expect. Really, all I really want from it is what happens to Toby and Andrew's characters when they go back to their universes. That's all I wanted. I just wanted like the story there because they didn't hem that shit up. Did Toby just straight up die when he came back to his universe? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dude did get stabbed through the fucking kidneys.
Yeah.
There's some like, answers that needed fucking answering. Or some
You
questions that
want
needed answering.
answers.
Hopefully we find out. Because, I don't know, give me 60 seconds on each. You know what I mean? Fuck.
Like honestly, you just want to see Toby get home and then hug Mary Jane or something.
That's it, yeah.
And what's his face needs to go home and hug his aunt.
Yeah. Andrew.
True.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That's all you want to see.
Yeah. Get Sally Fields in there. Kirsten Dunst was also rumored and seen on set.
She's there. It's there. Believe me, it's there.
Don't you fuck with me, sir. You Rothman. House of the Dragon dragged its balls across the biggest premiere for HBO Max ever. So when you break it down, the first batch of viewers was 10 million strong. 10 million people watched this shit, right? By the end of its first week, or first 5 days, really, 20 million fucking people or households watched this shit. Which is wild. So obviously, HBO, Zaslav was just like 20 million people. That sounds like a second season to me.
Hit the invest button straight away.
How much is it for HBO Max? $8.95?
Yeah. Around that. $8.95, $9.99, something like $10.
They just paid
It's $200 million.
That they just paid for their season.
Fuck yeah. Because House of the Dragon was slated as $10 to $11 million per episode. We're only going to get 10. So they should really just announce that, hey, we've renewed it for season 2 and 3.
So they will eventually watch after this week, the second episode.
40 million viewers.
We're not ending this shit.
You stop when I say we stop.
We're done when I say we're done.
Seeing Zaslav casually sitting there in his Caesar-esque getup getting fed grapes off that third fucking episode.
Badly. He's getting double toppy. And so with any big premiere, with some casting in there, we get a bit of backlash. So Steve Toussaint, who plays Corley's Valerion, he's the only black guy in the fucking show, really.
No. You see his son and daughter in there as well.
I know, but they're half cast. He's fully black. So he's like, people have responded to hit the casting of him in the role, who in the books is white, classically white.
Mm, he doesn't describe him.
Pale,
Doesn't describe. Does
the
it? Does he describe his skin color?
yeah, it's pale skin.
All right.
Um,
Fucking yes.
I don't care either. I like the guy in the role. To me, he stood out as someone that was regal. He fit on that king's table, on that council. He fit
Mm,
there, 100%. And while he's kind of like, upfront and do right and everything, you can see the agenda also kind of playing out soon. Um, where I kind of feel this could be that sort of pandering, tick the box sort of casting, is if they don't show any more black people that were Valyrian.
mhm.
Because where the fuck did they dig him up from? Where is the guy? You know what I mean? Where is everyone else? That's part of the, like, his descendants.
Yeah.
Like that's when he becomes the only, and then it's stunt casting.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's when I'd be like, you know what? I kind of agree with him, with the people that are kind of finding backlash in it. But if they build out, okay, well, actually, there's all these people out in Valyria or wherever the fuck, and they're
Mhm.
also black with blonde hair. Give me that shit. Know what I mean? Otherwise, it's bullshit.
Sure.
I've seen Wesley Snipes have blonde hair in the 90s. God damn it.
That's true.
True. Demolition Man.
What's his face did it? Dennis Rodman did it.
Dennis Rodman had every sort of hair.
Yeah, he did actually. Even that disgusting, like longer hair that was like straight and red. I didn't like that hair.
Yeah, it was a bit wild.
Yeah, I didn't like that one.
Rodman had the cheekbones for everything.
Yeah.
um, overall, I love the guy in the role.
Mm.
It just
Where is this
depends now
guy
what the show
from?
does with it.
Where is this guy from? I've
Fuck.
seen this man before.
Yeah, he is. He's been in a few things. He
Yeah.
has been in a few things, and something big. Pause.
He was in Prince of Persia.
Yep.
He was also in the fucking Stallone Judge Dredd.
Yes.
Um, where else was he? He's in Doctor Who. Fucking yeah. It looks
He's
like
got some
just a
credits
lot of
under his
series
belt,
as well. Yeah, definitely.
and he's not the flavor of the month. You know what I mean? He was legit the best actor for the role.
I'd rather look like Mandem than what's his face, Matt Smith. I'll tell you that much.
Fuck yeah.
He
Fucking
has a misshapen face.
Matt Smith looked like he still hasn't recovered from the forceps ripping him out the womb.
He's like
Fucking
double
hell.
Stallone.
Fucking hell.
You know-
Double Stallone.
You know what was fucked? Is that his head is so bad? Pause. That fucking Morbius. He looked normal when he was sick.
That's fucked.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. What do you call it? So we have Owen Teague. So last scene playing Patrick Hockstetter in fucking It. He's gonna be playing. Yeah,
Mm.
he was Hockstetter. So after he got killed by Pennywise, he's now been reincarnated as the lead ape in the new Planet of the Apes franchise that's dropping with Disney.
Mm.
This has been a
Fuck.
big priority for these guys to get this off the fucking ground ever since acquiring Fox as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking 3 years they've been planning this. West Ball is still attached and everything. But yeah, it looks like they're finally getting all their players together now.
Nice. It's crazy that they kind of went that same route that Rise did, where
Yeah.
the casting for the lead ape came first before you heard of James Franco or who's the chick in there? Yeah,
Yeah.
the chick from Sondog.
Yeah.
Yeah. But apparently his audition was fucking like on point, like fire. So I'm excited to see what he brings, man.
True.
Do you really want to sit through another fucking apes movie? Like, do we need it?
It
Do we
depends where it
need
is. I don't want to see the Apes movie where it's right back at the start again. You know what I mean? And they have to go through the same bullshit and like, oh, this is how like the apes like proliferated and this is how the virus was spread. I don't need to see that shit. But if they said it in the future, like it is a direct continuation, and what happened after Caesar's time, and then like maybe this is the new O that leads them into whatever. And maybe at the end he turns bad and he's that general.
Oh shit. He's the
And
Cobra of the family.
he's like the villain story.
Thane?
What's it?
Thane?
Yeah. We'll see.
Maybe. We'll see.
It's not going to have any balls to it like the other one did.
No.
It's Disney owned, so the boxes will be ticked, and like we'll see shit that like we didn't even ask for.
All right. So HBO Max just said no to producing the Batman, the Caped Crusader. So this one was being produced by J.J. Abrams and Matt Reeves, surprisingly, as well as Bruce Timm, who did the original 90s Batman show, the best one.
Yeah.
So what did Zaslav say? He just said no. Essentially.
He did the Nancy Reagan.
Yeah.
Just say no.
He just said no. Doesn't want it anymore. Yeah. So the original aim was gonna look like the early 90s show and all that sort of stuff, and now they're just not producing it.
That's wild, eh? They're not producing it for HBO Max.
Yeah.
So HBO Max won't put it out. They won't like waste any more time on it. But the wild thing is that they're allowed to finish this production. The Batman is allowed to finish. Pause. Because then they're going to shop it out to other networks.
Why wouldn't you though?
But it's funny that like yes, it's animated and like it won't be the only production that's animated that will be moved and shopped around. They've got 5 other fucking like, you know, movies and shorts and shows and stuff like that. So why couldn't they do that for Batgirl? I don't know. The world's in a weird place. Matilda Lutz, Wallace Day, and Robert Sheehan are going to play leads in Red Sonja. So I didn't realize that the guy that's directing is the guy that did Solomon Kane.
Yeah.
So he's got like that Robert E. Howard connection already.
Yeah, he does too, actually.
So I've actually got a lot more faith in this production now.
What do you mean? I was on board when this was going to get made by Robert Rodriguez.
But Rodriguez and the new O is a different caliber of filmmaker, you know what I mean? Even though sometimes I hold a little like I want to like get the blicky out when I see that he did Boba Fett. Like, should never touch Star Wars again, Rodriguez.
I don't think that was his fault. I think that was the script and all that sort of stuff.
Those fucking bikers in there. They should never have been there.
Yeah,
Don't you ever put the biker group in there with the neon bike colors on there ever again. I don't need to see those spinning either.
I just get Batman Forever vibes. You know, where it's like Dong the Dragon Wilson.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
Oh, shit. So we also have Halloween Ends. So Peacock's got an official day and date release for this. So October 14th, we're going to get Halloween on Peacock with a caveat, of course. You only get it on Peacock Premium and Premium Plus. Ad-supported channels don't get it. But we also get it at cinemas on the same day as well.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's doable. The only thing I'd be worried about if I was Universal is piracy.
True. It's going to happen a lot
Yeah,
because you don't have Peacock everywhere. You're not a Netflix.
yeah.
You're an idiot. True. People are going to feel like as if people, especially here, where you have the highest rate of piracy in the world because they don't release things at the same time as the US.
True.
Piracy.
That's right. That's
All
it.
right. So Disney Plus is going to release a live action serialized version of the King Kong story. Right? So Variety is reporting that it's gonna be a serialized drama. It's gonna explore the history of Kong as well as Skull Island as well, and it's gonna incorporate details from the recent novelization by Joe DeVito. Yeah, so we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
See, this sounds like it should be on HBO Max.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you got Kong over there, you got, you know,
Yeah.
this is just funny that it's dropping on Netflix. This is the second thing that shouldn't be on Netflix that's on Netflix.
Yeah.
So is King Kong open
Not
source?
Netflix, Disney Plus.
Yeah.
It must be. It must be one of those things where it's just anyone, if you've got the money, can make a King Kong movie.
That's wild. It's almost like Disney was like, Universal, you're not going to be the only ones. Like, I'm like, this is the cockblock game now.
Yeah.
Oh, you
Like
got a
this-
property out there? You want to make Titans and Godzilla over there at Apple? Fuck you.
Yeah.
Here's my King Kong show.
I just see Universal like someone called Jordan Vogt Roberts and get him in here immediately. We need to make Skull Island 2 immediately.
Fuck Metal Gear Solid. Even though I need that Metal Gear movie, Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want the movie though. I want it to be on Netflix. I want it to be an R-rated show.
Metal Gear?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, that'd be mad. By the time we actually get the movie, Robert's beard will be down to the floor.
Got his beard.
Did he?
Yeah.
Smelled like an old man's balls.
That guy was going through really bad mental health stuff, and he
Jesus.
just needed a change. So he cut his hair, cut his beard. Yeah.
It works. Sometimes that shit works.
Mhm.
Do something dramatic like that, pull you right out that fucking right out the pit.
True.
Kathy Yan, coming off of Birds of Prey, which I didn't realize dropped in 2020. Which is
Wow.
wild. I know. Like, wow. But actually pretty recently.
So only 2 years ago, we had a live action Harley Quinn, and we're already recasting her.
Yeah.
Good
Is that
job.
a recast though? Is that an official recast, or is that just
Fucking knows. Because just last year we had her in Suicide Squad. So
yeah?
who knows?
I don't know. So Kathy Yan is going to produce and direct Paprika for Amazon. So Paprika is about this world that basically, it's like people have control over their dreams. It's enterprise and everything, but you also have dream terrorists.
Mm.
And these dream terrorists infiltrate others' dreams and then like take over and like there's obvious Inception connections.
And Freddy.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah. So I'm keen to see what she does because it could be something really creative and different. Fucking around with dreams and showing dreams on film is sometimes like the maddest shit. I think
Yeah.
about Cell, like going into other people's consciousness and stuff.
Mm.
There's a lot they could do. A lot they could do. So like all the best for that, Kathy Yan.
Mm.
Come on, Kathy. What do you call it? So Amazon Prime Video, their Twitter feed, they've released a photo of Jake Gyllenhaal and Doug Liman together saying day one. So Roadhouse has officially begun filming. Gyllenhaal's looking pretty lean. Looking
He
like he's
is.
in some mad shape here. What do you call it? But on top of that, we also got some more casting for Roadhouse as well. So we got JD Pardo, Joaquim de Almeida, Darren Barnett, as well as Kevin Carroll to join the cast alongside Gyllenhaal and Mystic Mac too. So we've got a lot going on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I like that it's happening now, but it just means that Connor is not fighting
Mm.
in the octagon. There's no way they're gonna let him do both, obviously.
Yeah. But how long does it take to repair that fucking shin thing that he's got?
He's ready to go. He's training. He's training to come back.
Fuck.
The rumor is that this year, by the end of the year, we will have a Conor McGregor fight and we will have a John Jones fight.
Fucking mad.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Can you if it's on the same card, even better. That'd be the best thing in the world. The biggest card in the world.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, it would be. It would be. That's a Madison Square Garden show.
That's an MSG, yeah, for sure. Either that or being Connor. Like whenever there's a fight, it's more than likely gonna be in Vegas. When
Mm.
it's in Vegas, people fly out from bloody Ireland and they just buy up everything. All the hotels are slammed, everything, and it's just Irish from overseas as well.
People in Vegas is like hoping.
They're like, please, Dana, we'll give you 1% of the gross for the day.
Christmas came early, baby.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Oren Uziel is going to write the script for Clue. So he takes over from Deadpool writers Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick. That's basically it. There's no other news. We don't know what he's going to do. Yeah.
It's almost like a rewrite.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Matt Reeves has signed a first look deal at Warner's. So these first look deals, I think, are like the hot little ticket now because it's very hard to get any productions going at Warner. So that'll allow him to develop, option, release things under the Warner banner on HBO Max, wherever he needs to, and also under his own banner as well. I just had a little giggle there.
Yeah, because these first look deals are just like, I don't want that shit.
What do you think, dude?
Yeah.
Give me your thoughts. It's trash.
Yeah, it's trash. I don't want to wait. We're not making this movie.
Yeah.
It's just your first chance to get turned down.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah. But also, we also got our first sort of bit of momentum on The Batman 2, which will be penned by Reeves. The momentum and the movement is that Mattson Tomlin, who worked on the previous one but didn't get credited for it, he also did Project Power. He said he's got a badass Terminator script, and all these things mean fuck all to me because both those properties are just like, yeah, that ain't it, Chief. But he's officially on board to write the sequel.
Why does everyone say they've got a really good Terminator script? Like, I don't get it. Like that's not a selling point, mate.
I know.
Nah.
We've seen what happens when people have really good Terminator scripts. The studios don't read those scripts and make changes and decide and decisions for how the movie's supposed to go.
Yeah. Or they
Doesn't
make
matter.
it and it gets fucking slammed. Everyone's like, what do I
Everyone's
do?
like, that's not Terminator.
Like, how is Terminator the elevator pitch now? Hey, I've got a really good Terminator script. See that man walk out with his assistant, fire that man.
It would be. Straight up would be. Get him out of here.
Fuck. So another update on Hulu's Hellraiser is that we finally got a release date, which is October 7. So they dropped like the 16-second teaser, which just shows the title and then the date with the Hulu fucking banner on there. So that's all we got for that right now. Still the same story, still no changes, still nothing bigger or another bigger trailer coming through. Just that the date is the 7th of October. We've got a lot of horror shit there.
Yeah. We
Fucking
did get a little glimpse at the new Pinhead though, behind the lettering. But you don't really see anything, but the shape of it looks like Pinhead.
Looks like Bradley. Looks like Doug Bradley. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it just looks funny because I'm used to seeing Doug Bradley's face
Yeah.
And then when I
Hmm.
don't see it and it's a different Pinhead, because we've seen someone else play Pinhead already,
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
looks like, to me, it just looks funny.
Yeah.
All right, so Peaky Blinders creator Stephen Knight and Stephen with a PH Graham are they're reuniting for a 12-part original series over at Disney Plus, which should be Hulu/Star.
Yep.
So it's a drama that follows the fortunes of Hezekiah and Alec, two best friends newly arrived to Jamaica. They're fighting for survival in this violent sort of like melting pot of Victoria, London's East End, and they come up against dangerous veteran boxer Sugar Goodson, who's played by Graham. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah. I'm excited, man. I like Stephen Graham.
I like Stephen Knight.
I like him both.
Yeah, it's just that C. That C is hitting. C is the other thing. Did you watch C?
Yeah, watch C.
I was gonna
Had to
say.
watch C. So Netflix has confirmed that they're producing or they're making a series adaptation of Parasite the Grey, which is like a real popular manga, right? Like this shit has sold over 25 million copies worldwide.
Hmm.
I've never heard of it before. But the guy that did Last Train to Busan, Hyun Sang-ho, is going to direct it and
Very
develop it.
good.
So the story's about like, I don't know if it's future set or present day set, but it's almost like this other entity or being, and it's a worm, and it infects people and takes over, and it's almost like the invasion of the body snatchers. But
Hmm.
it infects this one woman, and then she almost cohabitates with it, and
Mm.
like they share consciousness, and she's kind of going through this internal battle and shares control.
Like Venom.
Shit.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. I mean, it is called Parasite. Shit. It's Venom for sure.
True. You know what's crazy? 25 million for a manga. The biggest selling manga now is still One Piece. It's still the longest like anime as well.
Yeah.
500 million copies of that manga have been
Jesus.
sold.
Nice.
Fucking unreal. Eiichiro Oda is out here fucking shit up.
Fucking oath.
So we got Sumulu's next role, and he's not playing a good guy. Mans is out here getting in the bad bag. So he's gonna play. He's gonna play the main villain in the J-Lo led movie Atlas. Fucking, this sounds all right. Fucking Sterling K. Brown and Abraham Papula's in here as well.
Mm.
And this is the one where so an AI soldier has determined the only way to end all war is to end humanity. And then J-Lo's got to fucking do the buddy cop with another AI to sort the shit out.
Hmm.
I like it, man.
Yeah, Simu did have the best MCU movie so far.
In the
Like
in
this
the, in the
this
latest phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think you've in Shang-Chi, you've only seen a portion of his range as well. Because he was in Kim's Convenience before, so it's more being that comedic, light-sided. I'd love to see him as a villain. And most sort of comedic actors
Hmm.
translate well to those roles too.
Extremely well.
Yeah.
I mean, pause.
Hmm. All right, so Christian Slater is going to join the Spiderwick Chronicles. He's going to be the major villain in that piece.
It's like this insatiable ogre.
Oh God.
I thought he was going to
Like-
be like the father role or something like that. I was like, no, I'll take the ogre, thanks.
I'll take Shrek, thank you.
Badly. Big news this week. So Shazam, Aquaman have had their dates moved, shifted, pushed back. We've also got some dates for other movies that were undated before. So Shazam is now moving to March 17th, 2023. Whereas Aquaman moves which was Aquaman's spot before, right?
Hmm.
And now Aquaman is moving to December 25th, 2023. So a full 7 months later. No, a full 9 months later,
Yeah.
which is wild. So James Wan came out and kind of just said, hey, like, you're just going to have to wait a bit longer. I know everyone's excited for it. And yeah, the release date was so close, but like, if you wait a bit longer, you're going to get a better movie. And then he showed some mad art for the film, which had fucking Black Manta and Aquaman facing off. Black Manta's got a trident himself.
My man.
So shit should be good. Evil Dead Rise, the next movie in the Evil Dead franchise, is going to release on April 21st. That's coming out theatrically. Remember, it was going to be at HBO Max?
Yeah.
Theatrical release now. So Zaslav must have seen the picture, realized the potential, liked what he's seen, and is actually putting it up for theatrical release, which is wild. The Nun 2, the sequel no one asked for, is dropping September 8th. I haven't even heard casting, haven't heard a story release. I didn't even know this is greenlit, but it's coming. Pause. House Party, the remake, is dropping December 9th next year. And they just plucked up Salem's Lot and just said, yeah, we'll find a place for you sometime, and just left it undated, which to me sounds like it's going to come out streaming.
Yeah, and more than likely towards the end of the year. You
Yeah.
want to be like, at home watching horror.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Salem, like a horror movie, sounds like a February release,
Mm.
or like it can't be, or a winter release, like a December, like you said.
Yeah.
Um,
The Halloween, November-ish, around there, before it starts getting all Christmassy, or October-ish, sorry, before it starts getting all Christmassy.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
right.
You got what's his face around there, over there in the US, the Thanksgiving and all that sort of stuff. So yeah,
That's right.
sort of works out.
The time off gives them that window to really make bank.
Yeah.
Um, I I kind of wish they just drop it, and they drop it as an extra long 2-part TV or streaming movie.
Like
Know what I mean?
the streaming movie, like the TV movie was back in the day.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toby Hooper did do a movie version, didn't he?
Yeah.
But then there is the streaming one. That's got Rob Lowe in it, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
So we have Jane Schunbrun's new film coming out called I Saw the TV Glow. We've got some more casting for this. So we got Phoebe Bridgers, Justice Smith, Bridget Lundy Payne, Helena Howard, Lindsay Jordan, Fred Durst, keep rolling, Danielle Deadweiler, and Haley Dahl are all going to star in this. So this is the one where the two teenagers, they're like outcasts. They bond over this like special TV show, this horror show, but then it just randomly gets cancelled. But then like the sheen between what's real and what's not just breaks down and everything starts to
Yeah.
happen. So this is giving me vibes about that new Christopher Lloyd movie coming out as well, the one about the horror store.
Ah, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
And also
it's
Videodrome.
Chucky-esque. Yeah.
Fred Durst also said, don't worry about paying me. I did it all for the nookie.
Jesus.
He was sipping on that hot dog water.
Yeah. Like glizzy water is wild. Right. So Ewan McGregor is he's going to produce and star in this movie called A Gentleman in Moscow. So he's going to play. This is an adaptation of Immortal's novel. He's going to play this rich aristocratic count called Alexander Rostov, who finds himself the wrong side of history after the Russian Revolution, which sounds wild because that Russian Revolution was it was crazy.
It was.
Like
It really was.
yeah. So he's spared execution. He's banished to he's banished by a Soviet tribunal to an attic room in this like really really nice hotel called Metropole. He's threatened with death if he ever sets foot outside again.
Who's paying for that
Russia.
bill?
It's Russia. So as the years sort of go on, Russia starts changing and everything, and Rostov he builds a new life within the walls of the hotel.
Jesus. All right.
Yeah.
Sounds pretty cool, man. Sounds like you can do a lot with this. It gives me wild what's his face vibes? Benjamin Button vibes when he's in that Russian hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah. This sounds like a COVID film that's 3 years late.
Yeah, it does actually.
Mm.
And how did this motherfucker escape like execution when not even the Tsars could?
What do you mean? The SARS are still alive and kicking.
They killed that one Tsar, Nicholas. They killed him and his whole family. When Stalin came in,
He was not playing.
yeah.
Stalin.
So Travis Knight, who just made Bumblebee and then said, "No, I'm never making another like live action feature ever again," even though he fucking killed it in that movie, and I was hoping
Could
that he'd
be.
do something else, like a sequel.
Yeah.
So he's making his next Leica production, stop motion animated film. It's starring Carey Mulligan, Mahershala Ali, Peyton Elizabeth Lee, Jacob Tremblay, Aquafina, Angela Bassett, Jake Johnson, Charlie Day, Amanda Stenberg, Jermaine Clement, Maya Erskine, Tantu Cardinal, Tom Waits, and Richard E. Grant. And it is called Wildwood. Pause. It's just called Wildwood.
Shit sounds alright.
Yeah.
Some of the fucking maddest news as well. The fucking king himself, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, joining season 4 of The Boys.
Yeah, boy.
Can I just put it out there? With Eric Kripke's fucking announcement on Twitter, how fucking lean does MM look in that picture?
Yeah. Did actually.
Yeah.
He was looking a bit bigger in the last season.
Bit huskier.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's cut it back, man. Dude's got the chiseled jaw now and everything. And the fucking guns.
They did
My
say
favorite
that
character.
first. What were you saying?
Go on.
I said the boys' Twitter page did say that first week of filming was fucking crazy.
It's my favorite character, MM.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. What do you call it? They haven't released any like information on who JD Morgan's gonna play, but fucking he's probably gonna play a bad motherfucker in there too.
I want him to be Soldier Boy's dad.
Fuck, that'd be
Fuck
mad.
yeah. And this is him and Ackles coming back together after Supernatural as well.
Mm.
And Kripke.
That's
Fucking
why.
hell.
That's why it makes sense that he's Soldier Boy's dad.
True.
Yeah.
We just need a Padalecki to come through now.
Yeah.
You probably will too.
Hopefully for that last season.
Yeah. All right. So Miles Teller is in negotiations to star in Scott Derrickson's new film, The Gorge. So details are under wraps. They're just saying it's a high octane love story. Something like that. High energy, high octane love story.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Which is vague enough. Like it
Yeah.
could be anywhere from fucking Interstellar to like an Evil Knievel movie.
They need to make an Evil Knievel. What happened to the Ryan Gosling Evil Knievel movie? Do you remember that?
What's
After
that?
Drive, he was supposed to make the Evil
Was he?
Knievel movie. Yeah.
Dude just got too busy and that movie probably just burnt out waiting for him. So Joe Pesci is coming out of retirement to star in Pete Davidson's Bubkiss for Peacock.
Oh, man.
So Edie Falco is going to play Pete Davidson's mother, and it's apparently like a really hard R-rated take on Pete Davidson's life. I don't know who this guy blew to get Pesci out of retirement, because Pesci has only been in 3 productions in the 21st century, apparently.
Yep. The script must be just really good and
Yeah.
something that Pesci actually wants to do.
Yeah. And like he hasn't been on TV in ages since his Sesame Street appearance,
Yeah,
since like, a failed show from back in the 80s.
yeah. Because Joe Pesci is a film actor.
Yeah. This must be a meaty role.
It's either that or he gets to do it like, how many days? How many days do I need to do? It's only like, 8 days. I get to shoot all my stuff in 8 days. Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him back on screen, man.
Mm.
New Pesci?
Pesci's the
Fire.
best.
Fuck yeah.
True. So we got Francis Lawrence, and he's set to direct Bioshock for Netflix. So Mans is going to go through and adapt the script, and then he's also going to direct as well. Fucking how long this has been in the cards for, I don't know. But it's been 15 years since the game dropped, and we're finally getting a little bit of info about this now, which is fucking cool.
Yeah. Michael Green, who did Blade Runner 2049, is doing the script.
Mm.
So the plan is while Lawrence is doing that what is
Hunger
it?
Games prequel.
Hunger Games prequel, yeah. Michael Green's working that script out. So hopefully we get something that'll actually stick around and be fire. Because I know
True.
Michael Green will get the sci-fi aspect right.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. All right, so some new details came out about the Horizon Zero Dawn TV show that's over there at Netflix. Basically, the writer said that it will follow Aloy. Yeah, and that it's like really different because it's the same guy that writes Umbrella Academy.
Mm.
He said it's really different because this is set like thousands of years in the future where machines have sort of built our world.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's really exciting. It opens up a lot of possibilities. But yeah, thank God it's Aloy. I thought they were going to go someone else.
Yeah. Which would have been like a wild kind of show.
Yeah.
Because whenever they do this, like, oh, it's a story set in the universe, I just want the main character, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all we want.
Yeah.
So it's fucking mad that they're actually going to focus on her, even though I haven't played the games. But I'd rather it be from her perspective than
Yeah. I'm
not.
hoping there's a bit of backstory for that guy that thingy raises her. What's his name? Roth or whatever?
Yeah.
Rost. Yeah. What do you call it? I
Rost.
hope there's shit about him too, because he's fucking cool.
Yeah.
About it.
It was like the king of the outcasts.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
How
He's
fucking
a bad
mad.
motherfucker. Yeah.
Well, he chose, right? So his mission in theory was to be an outcast because he had to raise Aloy because nobody else would because Aloy was an outcast. So his mission was just to raise her. It's cool.
I like that. That
Mm.
sacrifice that played
Yeah.
hard on like on a melodrama. I like that shit.
I don't know.
To Ezra Miller, seemed like I kind of feel like we just mentioned this motherfucker every pod. But Ezra Miller has apparently met with the DC execs at Warner this week. So he was spotted going into a meeting, him and a support person. I don't know who it was. And they met with Lauren Abdi and someone else that's looking after the DC properties over at Warner, right? Apparently, he was extremely apologetic and also like said, I'm working on myself now. The reason that they chose to take the meeting and they chose to actually be really apologetic and work on themselves is because they care about the character. The critical reception or the first reactions from The Flash were apparently as high as Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy.
Get out.
That's like what they're saying is That's how good this movie is.
Says is bullshitting.
It's piquing my interest. It's getting me. You know, when like you're sort of like, yeah, fuck it. And then they're like, you know what? It's fucking sick. You're like, no, don't talk cock, man. It's like that. And then you have to see for yourself. See how they fucking get you, man? They hook you in.
I don't know. I was just so hesitant with this shit right now. Like,
For me, go on.
oh, sorry, I was just gonna say, fucking Muschietti directing is a fucking great pull, but
Pause.
all the bullshit, fucking hell, I was kind of over it. I'm exhausted myself.
Yeah. I would never put money on. You'd never be a college athlete.
I told him he'd never have. And he said that in front of all of my cousins and really hurt my feelings. I always go back to what's his face when AJ tells Tony's mom that he's seeing a psychiatrist, and she's like, "No, he isn't." Yeah, he is. No, he's not. I'm pretty sure he is. He is.
Oh, shit. So, some of the best news that I've heard all year. Thank you, Netflix, for this one. They fucking canceled that Resident Evil TV series. Thank the fucking Lord. After the first season as well. Good. Fucking this should have never happened in the first place. Let's just brush over this, say what a wonderful tea party, and get the fuck moving.
I don't know why they don't just go to the game roots and just
They
tell that
tried
story.
already, but it fell short. Like that Welcome to Raccoon City was made on a $25 million budget. Fucking only got like 43 mil out of that. And it was fucking terrible.
See, that's even wild to me. Like, it doubled its budget almost. Not to mention the home video sales. Like, that movie doubled its budget, and it's still a failure. Critically, yeah. I mean, the movie was dog shit. I'm happy to see this one go.
Same. Very happy. Fuck it right off.
All right, so The Monsters is set a September 27th release on Netflix. It'll drop that day on VOD as well as Blu-ray.
Cool. Chris Pratt is in talks for the Terminal List Season 2, baby. So
Let's
Jack
go.
Carr, the author, has said, yeah, we got a Season 2 lined up. It's going to adapt the second book, True Believer.
Oh, it is the second book.
It is the second
Thank
book.
God.
He said, we have plans. There's things that we can do, but it all now lynches on Pratt actually going into negotiations. And if I was Pratt, I'd be asking for a little bit more.
As would I.
The show was the number 2 most streamed. That's how far it rose. Number 2 most streamed show in the States. Over 1.6 billion minutes streamed. Like, it wasn't like some flash in the pan bullshit. Like, people were finishing the show. Like, yeah, there was some political backlash and all that shit, but like overall, it was a success. So I expect him back, and I wholly think that if Bezos can spend nearly $1 billion on the rights for a Lord of the Rings show that no one asked for, he can fucking give this man what he deserves.
You know the reviews are saying it's really good, eh?
I'm there for it. I will be there Friday. I'm fucking there for both episodes.
Tell me how it is. I'll watch the review.
Not watch it.
Oh shit. What do you call it? So Netflix dropped some photos from the new Blockbuster show that's coming out. So this is the one done by Vanessa Ramos, same lady who did Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And we just get a few shots of like the show happening there as well. We get some return people from Brooklyn Nine-Nine with Melissa Fumero as well. That's pretty cool. Fucking Randall Park is in here too, playing the manager of the store.
Yeah.
I'm fucking hyped for this shit, man. Randall Park will kill it.
Yeah.
I fucking reckon this is gonna be excellent. But this is bringing back mad memories, man. seeing like the fucking Video Easy and the Blockbuster, the Oatly Home Video. Shout out.
Video maze.
Video maze, my
How you call it a maze when I had legit 8 shelves? Get
What's it-
lost in the late fees.
That is true.
Oh,
It was a maze in the sense of like, you didn't know what you were going to get that day.
That's
is
true.
this movie here? No, it's not. Just ruin your whole day. You got to wait for people to bring movies back so you could rent those same movies. Like it's
Yeah.
just wild.
Do you remember
But-
waiting for the
Yeah.
O to come back?
Yeah.
I know. Is that it? No, it's not it. Fuck.
Yeah.
Half doing the O's job for him, waiting for the movie.
Badly. Don't worry about rewinding that tape. I'll take it as it is. I'll take it as Get out of here. I remember staying in that video shop, as small as it was, for hours.
Yeah.
Just hours.
Mm-hmm.
But when I think about it, I was like, I was choosing movies. I was what is that word?
Investing?
Premiering? No. When you something the vibe, I was curating my night. You know what I mean? Like not so much my night, but my weekend
Yeah.
with the movies I was going to watch for the weekend. I didn't have
Yeah.
to think about, let me open up this app, let me see what's there, and then decide out of these thousands of movies what I'm going to watch. No. It was there.
Fuck yeah. That was
That's
the
what I
shit,
miss.
man.
Yeah, that's what I miss.
Same.
All right, so I think it's coolest production. It looks like coolest. So they've optioned Jonathan Lang's horror comic Plunder, right? They want to develop it as a movie. So this one follows a gang of Somali pirates, and they face off against an illegal Chinese vessel. Then they try to board said vessel, and it's a research ship, right? Out in international waters, so you can't be, charged with anything.
Yeah.
They find themselves in the midst of a massacre, and yeah, this 14-year-old boy translator, he reluctantly becomes a pirate, and the key to their survival to get off this ship. This sounds cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is that dream shit as well.
Yeah.
Because it basically uses their consciousness against them by drumming up their wildest nightmares.
It does sound like that Predator story we were supposed to get years ago. The one that was set on the boat.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. You remember that?
I
So
remember that it was set on the boat.
It was essentially that chapter, the Demeter chapter from Dracula.
Oh
Right.
shit.
So in this version, the Predator would be Dracula on this giant ship,
Yeah.
just taking guys out.
Fuck.
Yeah, and them trying to figure out like who's taking them out or what's taking them out, and yeah,
That's fucking cool, man.
it's a cool story. It's a cool idea for a Predator film.
Yeah.
Can you
'Cause he
imagine
can't
if that's? Oh,
Go
sorry,
on.
Doug. I was gonna say, can you imagine if that was Murder on the Orient Express? That's what it turned out to be.
I wish that was like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's cool because he's situated in the one place and he
Mm.
can't go anywhere, right?
Yeah.
Especially for him, I mean, he can either be inside trapped with people or outside trapped with people. Like, it's a cool idea.
Mm.
And then at the end of the movie is like Jack Sparrow's entrance. Just
know.
walks onto the fucking land.
Admittedly, you could just call a ship in and take him away, but
That's
still,
true.
there's no sport in that.
Matt Shackman, who we
Mm.
know from WandaVision,
Mm.
is in early talks for directing the Fantastic Four movie that was recently like up for grabs since what's his face left, John Watts.
John Watts, yeah.
Should be good. Jackman, like the work on WandaVision was solid.
Yeah.
He directed the whole run.
Yeah.
It was cool. Even like the more superhero-y bits, like he got
Yeah.
right. So I mean, if he's there, I trust him. It's not like
Mhm.
Marvel's not going to be steering it from the back, anyways.
That's what I don't get, man. Like John Watts could have still signed on to this movie and done it because Feige's going to be there telling them what to do anyway. So
That's true.
it doesn't matter.
True. I just can't wait to see that shit, man. I'm fucking hanging for a Fantastic Four movie. But so we're a couple days away from Bones and All coming out, Luca Guadagnino's new film at the Venice Film Festival.
Mm.
And with Luca, he was speaking to Deadline, and Deadline were bringing up all of the the correlations between his new film as well as the allegations behind Army Hammer when it came to young cannibals in love, and then the cannibal fucking allegations with Army. And so Guadagnino went through and he was just talking about it, and he was like, it didn't dawn on me. I realized this afterwards when I started to be told some of those innuendos on social media. But then Mans just gets the 12 gauge out, and he was like, I responded immediately to these characters who are disenfranchised and living on the edge of society. Any link with anything else exists only in the realm of social media, with which I do not engage. The relationship between this kind of digital moo cracking and our wish to make this movie is non-existent, and it should be met with a shrug. I would prefer to talk about what the film has to say rather than things that have nothing to do with it. Mans came through with the blick for this one.
All right.
Fucking hell.
Army really fucked everything up.
For himself, yeah.
But he doesn't have to work a day in his life if he doesn't want to.
He didn't need to start acting.
No. He's the heir to Arm & Hammer baking soda. Like,
Yeah.
come on now. It's not like he's
got
hurting.
oil.
Sorry?
His father's, his great grandfather or something is in oil.
Okay, so he's got oil money.
Yeah, he's got oil money. He's got cooking money.
So this cancellation did nothing.
No.
Be happy about yourselves. You did nothing. Nothing. Idiots. All right. So Neil Gaiman came through, and it's not a year that goes by that I don't hear a John P. story, right? So Neil Gaiman came through and he talked about the Scrap Sandman movie that was supposedly going to get done over there at WB back in the day. So Neil Gaiman reads the first few pages of the script, doesn't know how you feel, anonymously sends it through to someone at Ain't It Cool when people used to go there and read news stories there, and just patiently waits for a review, right? A review finally pops up on Ain't It Cool News saying it's the worst script for the Sandman, or any script really, that's ever been made. Then gets called into a meeting with John Peters. And John Peters is like, hey, so what did you think? He's like, did you like the script? All excited. And Neil Gaiman says straight up, no, I didn't like the script. John Peters then goes on to say, come on, there must be something you liked about the script. And he says, you have mechanical fucking spiders in this movie. This makes no sense. This is the worst script I've ever written. I've ever read. And that's where it stopped. That's where it ended.
Wild.
Why? What is his fascination with spiders?
I don't know.
Like he kept making movies just so he could put the giant fucking spider in there.
You would think that, hey, I got it out with Wild Wild West. Now I don't need to do anything else. And now he's back with the fucking spiders.
I just don't understand it. I think back to those stories where he's like, no, I want polar bears.
Yeah.
Because they're like Superman's bodyguards. Like, it's Superman.
Yeah. God just doesn't understand.
They don't get the character. That's what the producers have no idea about the characters.
Mm.
They're literally looking just to see something cool. They don't care about story or anything. It's make it look cool, get people into the cinemas so we can sell merch.
Yeah, That's it. How do I market this?
Wow.
Fucking idiots. But that is all the news this week.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, it was a lot. All right,
Yeah. Well,
let's get into our thoughts. House of the Dragon, do you guys like it?
I did. I did enjoy it. I can see them, planting seeds there.
Mm.
I'm still laughing about that guy getting his balls chopped off though, and getting called a raper afterwards as well.
Yeah.
Like he gets called a raper at the start, gets his balls cut off, and then goes on to be called a raper again. Like it was just wild to me, and it's all live in the streets for everyone to see.
It was wild, man. Did they legit nail that those balls to the thing and then cut it off?
I
Because
don't
I
know.
swear I seen like some sort of thing, stake or something through those balls. It was wild.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, that was just Damon's way of doling out justice and cleaning up the streets. He legit just fucking covered in blood.
yeah.
Fucking hell. Um, we
Can
get
see.
introduced to like all those characters, man.
Yeah,
They made it a point of yes, it's 200 years before Daenerys.
mm.
So
Yeah.
like
174 years before Daenerys, before
yeah.
Danny.
So immediately there's those links to Game of Thrones.
Mm-hmm.
They play with like, the original Game of Thrones music, and it
Mm.
actually ends with Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
There's big kind of thing thrown out there that it's prophesied that the winter, the long winter, what is it called?
yeah.
That winter is coming, basically,
Winter is coming. Yeah,
and that the dead will rise, and the world will end if the dead win,
yeah.
basically. So Targaryens were almost in charge of that shit. So I wonder if they're gonna pick that up later on. That where did that message kind of die? Like who
Yeah.
stopped passing that shit on? How did they
Mm.
bury it?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not like Cersei was like, or Danny was like, you know what? Or was that the reason why she helped?
Mm.
We don't know. They didn't mention it in Game of Thrones, so I don't know if they're going to retcon it here. You know what
Mm.
I mean? Um, that scene with the tourney kind of going on, and then the childbirth scene
Mm.
was fucking scary.
Yeah,
That shit, like, because the thing that they really did well in this episode was captured some of the fear and anxiety it's like being in that suite
yeah.
when when your child's getting born.
Mm.
That Maester though was a bit of a fucker because he gave him two options. He was like, "Hey, like both can die, or one can die."
Yeah, but I don't get that because like they would have had to have breech pregnancies back in the day.
Yeah. So how
So
did they
why did
handle
they
it?
not do what they do now, where they literally turn that baby?
You did say to him, "I tried to turn it, but baby's not turning." But
That guy was lying. All those maesters are just liars.
all of them are fucking like they're just corrupt pieces of shit. But
Yeah,
that was it was just scary, like seeing that and they had to hold it down and everything. There's a lot of trauma in that one scene. I'll tell you that much,
it was.
and it's fucking wild. But yeah,
Yeah,
overall,
Yep.
I like the characters in the show.
Yeah.
That
I love seeing in that scene the reaction from her, but the reaction from him as well.
mm,
Patty, yeah,
yeah,
beautiful.
Patty. All the players do well in this show.
Yeah,
Patty
killing it.
does well. That Toussaint guy that plays Corley's
Mm.
fucking kills it. Matt Smith is even like really good. Like I
Yeah,
actually feel like this is a role that Matt Smith can really do.
I feel like he's playing too much of a bad guy now
Yeah,
because he's going to turn into a good guy later.
yeah, or a fan favorite.
Or if yeah,
He's gonna be
is
like the Jamie pre hand chop.
yeah, yeah. Is he the Mad King's father?
Daemon Targaryen. Fuck, I don't
Is
even.
he?
I don't know the links like
Because
that.
That means that he's what's his face's father as well. The brother of the Mad King, who's in the wall. What's his name?
His name is Damon.
So he must be then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm. So he is then. Do you think that him and his niece are gonna hook up?
I hope not. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be a time jump now because they've set up a lot. Like Damon's going back to Dragonstone.
To Dragonstone, yeah. Oh no,
Um,
not Dragonstone. He's going to the Vale.
yes.
He's going to the Vale, and the niece is going to Dragonstone.
And then you've got a king that's basically like shattered.
Yep.
So he's going to die soon. I know Paddy's going to die soon.
Mm.
And that hand of the king, he's a bit trifling as well. Sending
Yeah.
your daughter, pimping your daughter out,
That's wild, man.
that was some disgusting shit. And then Corley's, like he's got a fucking agenda. He's trying to get his wife in there.
You know, he came so close to being king,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, his wife would have been like, the queen, but he would have been king.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then everyone else was just kind of forgettable. Like everyone else on that table on the King's Council, because that's where it played out of mostly in this episode.
Yeah.
So I'm just waiting now because there has to be a time jump because Damon's like building an army, he's plotting, and that chick Olivia Cook, I think, she's got to come into it somehow.
Someone full did like a family tree for the Targaryens.
Oh
and
yeah.
Jaehaerys Targaryen is the father of the Mad King.
Okay. And
What's
who's
his
the
name?
Matt?
What's his
Jaehaerys.
name in what's Paddy's name in there?
Paddy's name.
Paddy Considine's name in
It's not Viserys.
Is it Viserys? Yeah.
Yeah, it is Viserys.
Viserys, yeah. Okay, so this must be like 2 generations away from the Mad King then.
Yeah, it goes heaps far back.
Yeah. That's 2 generations away, yeah. So what's his face Damon must be in that line then, that bloodline for him to be named after his great grandfather then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So has
Fuck,
the
this
Mad
is
King
convoluted.
happened yet?
No.
Not yet, eh?
No, because what's his face kills him.
Yeah.
Jamie kills him, and Robert takes over. Remember? Yeah. But they talk about the Barath. They spoke about the Baratheons.
Yeah.
In this episode,
Baratheons, Hightowers,
Hightowers, yeah.
Dawn, all those guys are back. The houses are here. Tarly.
The Tarly house, yes.
So they're gonna like really kind of. I think they're gonna expand it. The only drawback of the show is that I felt in some of the scenes it felt like a set.
Yeah.
Like they just didn't shoot it right. But what I loved about this show is that they didn't like make it a big fucking spectacle about the dragons. They just incorporated the fucking dragons into what they were doing.
Dragons look trash in this though.
Did it? You didn't like it?
I don't know if it was the stream or what, but that binge stream was terrible.
Yeah, that was dog shit. The dragons did look shiny. Like they didn't look like the dragons at the end of Game of Thrones.
I need to, find a way to watch it. Better than binge.
Yeah. We got our first 2 episodes of Mike, which I liked, man. I really enjoyed. The storytelling method that they use, where it's like, the first 15 minutes of Goodfellas.
Yeah.
That's kind of how this show, the whole show, feels, though.
But these are the actual shows that he was doing. His one man shows. This is it. This is
Hmm.
what he was doing.
Um, so how did you feel about Travante and what he was kind of doing?
Yeah. So I told you yesterday because I watched him yesterday. Like it's weird because sometimes he's really on point and he's like, that's Mike. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? And then sometimes it feels like he's doing an impersonation of Mike.
Hmm.
Like I think with the makeup on and everything, and there's one scene where he's laughing and he puts his hands over his face.
Yeah,
That I was just like, all right, cool. You've seen Mike do that,
yeah,
yeah, before, but I don't know if he would have done that in that situation, or yeah,
yeah.
it just seemed funny. Like I'm enjoying the show. I think the boxing could be a bit better.
Hmm.
That first bit of boxing that you see looks funny, but what I'm liking most about this show is that it's not about the boxing.
Yeah,
Like I'm seeing more character work than boxing, which is I'm loving that.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's really what I wanted. I want
yeah,
I want an insight into the man as opposed to his accomplishments,
yeah, yep. That's right.
because he was set up to fail. Really, I
Of
can't
course,
believe some of the shit that mother said to him.
he should not be here. Mike should not be here.
Nah. And I'm glad that they showed the pigeon thing because that shit was real.
Yeah,
Um, the thing that doesn't he look like Freddie Gibbs when he's got the bald?
yeah,
The bald makeup is too shiny
yeah,
because
Roseanne.
his face is textured. Like you
yeah.
can see they've aged him and they've got the tat and everything there.
Hmm.
But the actual bald head, you can see it's a bald cap.
Yeah, he didn't shave his head,
Hmm.
No.
obviously.
But he gets those hand movements down, and he's like that.
Yeah,
Like his mannerisms are there.
hmm, it's there. Hmm.
I'm excited for the next episodes, man.
Do we get another two, or is it just one?
I think it's one from here on out.
The fuck?
Don't set me up like that again. um, got that first episode of season 3 for C, the final season.
Yeah. Really adamant about that final season, huh? It's even marketed that way.
I'm not coming back
All
for
right,
another one. Which I really liked. I
Yep.
mean, they've got to show you. All right, 9 months later, where are these characters and where do you kind of find them? Like Queen Magra is trying to negotiate that peace between the Pyans and Travantes.
Yep.
And Travantes have made a new weapon. They've
Mhm.
now got explosives in their
They-
arsenal
Found fire.
from Jorah Milan.
Yeah.
His son is now working with them to make sure that the Travantes can take over the globe, which is a wild shit.
Fire.
Yeah. So it's almost like a false peace that's kind of happening. But then
Mhm.
Margaret was like, nah, I'm not giving up my sister. Like the shit that this woman did to you, man.
I hate Margaret, dog. I hate her. Absolutely hate her.
I can take a little Margaret. It's that Kofoon that gets me. With his
He's-
sideshow Bob fucking haircut.
I know. He's a
Spit
dick
on you.
too.
It was just, yeah. But, I kind of found that they're setting you up at the moment because where fucking Bubba Voss is right now, he's basically in a hippie retreat.
Yeah.
He's hunting off the land. He's just like, he's with a guy that just smokes weed all day.
And
Like-
climbs mountains.
and climbs mountains. Yeah. So like he hasn't had any interaction with anyone for 9 months now, and then they're gonna basically be like, "Well, we're completely shattering your world and fucking shit up."
Hmm.
So that's where the episode ended.
Yeah.
Basically, with his whole world at that point just shattering, but
Hmm.
he knows that he's got to get his shit together because that guy is going for Margaret and his kids.
That's right.
that he's gonna get back to Boba Voss form, which I'm excited for.
He's gonna start fasting.
Yeah. Voss with the best of them.
All right.
We got
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk.
It was pretty good. I liked this episode.
This episode was good, and it
Yeah.
didn't do anything. There was no fight. There was nothing.
No.
There was an intro. Jennifer getting her new job.
Mm-hmm.
She finds out that hey, she's got to represent Abomination,
Emil Blonsky.
which is cool. Like seeing Tim Roth like
Yeah.
that. He wasn't like a hard ass or anything. Like you
No.
really seeing that he's had some time to think about this.
Yeah. He's a hippie.
The biggest thing though in this episode is that Hulk is on the Sicarian ship, and he's
right.
heading back to somewhere. They don't show you where, but he's heading back to somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer has to go back home.
Which was cool. Her dad was cool, man.
Yeah, I really liked it. I liked how dad's like, "Can you help me with something?" And then
Yeah.
like, "How you doing?" Like the check-in, the covert check-in,
Yeah.
which added that level of humanity that you kind of needed. That it wasn't just like this bullshit sort of, like comedy. What else do you get to see in this one? I don't know how I felt that like, she had to be She-Hulk all the time to kind of work at that place. That
Yeah.
motherfucker's got to go.
Yeah, it's a bit funny.
Yeah, that guy's a bit weird.
Yeah.
But
I just
overall-
don't like what I said in the message. I don't think they've seen a boardroom in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
Right. That scene where she's walking past the boardroom and it's all
Yeah.
men in the boardroom laughing.
Yeah.
You know that's not true, right?
I also think the scene where the guy's like, "Oh, I see you've like, used this persona to get to win the case or whatever like that." I was like, well, really? Like, I don't think there's out and out men that are trying to do that
No.
because you're a woman.
No.
So sometimes it's a bit forced in that direction, but we didn't get like some big spiel or anything like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do like that she went back and supported her friend and was like, "Hey, I need you to be my paralegal."
Yeah.
Like that's a cool aspect.
Hmm.
Also, just quickly, so one of the team, Weaver, actually got a chance to see Beast this week, and he gave us his thoughts on what it was like. Let me just pull them up. Pause. So Weave said, "This film has a few thrills and enjoyable action, but is mostly ruined by being too melodramatic, so many bad character decisions, and its predictable storytelling. I was almost believing that this film was about a father trying to get his daughters killed." Oh, fuck, I love that review so much. Yeah,
So
I
it's
didn't hear...
obviously not Ghost in the Darkness then?
No, not at all.
Darn it.
Unfortunately. But yeah, I've been hearing a lot of that around, that it's not the greatest film. All right, moving on to the last big thing that we watched, which was Samaritan.
I did not watch this. I'm gonna watch it tonight.
All right, do you watch
Yeah.
it, Bato?
No, big dog.
So
Mom watched it
I
and loved it. And
Wow.
loved it.
It wasn't bad. So while yes, the actual story setup and everything is predictable, it's like by the numbers, and it's not the most like it's not an original story at all, and it feels very very low on story sometimes. Like they just didn't get all the elements right. Like they didn't develop it to the point where it was anything more than a campy serial, like a Saturday morning cartoon. But the way that this film is executed, get Julius Avery something in DC or Marvel fucking now.
He should just be directing Fantastic Four.
Like the guy's got chops. Like Like, he should be doing, I don't know, fucking giving Captain Britain or something like that.
Mm.
Something where it's a character that uses hand to hand and, like, maybe projectile weapons or something like that, because he
Like
knows how to shoot it.
Captain America.
Yeah, but that guy's doing Captain America,
Yeah.
Julius Ona. But yeah, there are scenes in here that I think look better than Captain America.
Mm.
Just the superhero action in itself. Some of
Mm.
the fighting, it's not floaty.
Mm. That's
You know
heavy.
how, yeah,
That's good then. But he's an older man. You'd expect that.
yeah. But
Yeah.
even like when he throws someone, right? It's not
Yeah.
like they fly like that and
Mm.
you can see him in slow motion. There's none of that shit. They fucking they fly through the air, they hit the wall with impact.
Mm.
It's actually pretty
What you
hard
want.
for a PG rated film.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh man, I liked it. I really, really liked it. Stallone was like watchable and everything. It felt cliche, but like I think that's right in Stallone's sort of wheelhouse.
Mm. Yeah.
Like Rocky always was a little bit cheesy, was a little bit cliche, but like, that was also the character. But you still
That was
loved it.
Rocky. Yeah. It's the best. It's one of the greatest movies ever made.
That's right, goddammit. And that's it. I think that's a wrap on everything that I watched. I think Reservation Dogs was fire. Another fucking mad episode. And so was Rap Shit. Really enjoying those so far.
Mm.
Yeah.
Nice. That's
Did
it.
you end up watching that surprise episode of Sandman?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Good?
What do you call it? Yeah, it was all right. It was interesting.
Mm.
What do you call it? So it was just one episode split into two parts for two different stories. The second story is fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking mad. Do you mind if I fucking spoil it? Are you guys gonna watch
Spoil
the
away,
show?
Go
my
on.
friend.
Spoil away, my friend. Spoil away.
So the second story is there's this author and he's fucking struggling to write his second book after his first book fucking blew up. And he's nearly used all of his funds, and he finds out from this previous author the man was harboring a fucking muse, like a Greek muse. He was harboring Calliope, and she was giving this guy all of his fucking ideas for his books and shit. And so he finds like it's a full bezoar, like fucking women's hair that's been fucking cultivated in their stomach and extracted like that. So it just looks like a tumor. And it's meant to give you like healing properties because he doesn't want to die. So he gives it to this fucking old author. Mans gives him the muse, and before he gives her away, he's like, just to let you know, fucking, you have to set them free for them to give you ideas. But my favorite thing to do is to use fucking force. And he beats all of these fucking ideas out of this muse and keeps her captive in his home now, making millions off all these books that he's writing. Fucking, this muse was the Sandman's ex-wife. And so what the Sandman does, he comes in with the ultimatum. He's like, you either free her or I give you all the ideas you've ever wanted. And so he's doing like this fucking press release for his new book, and then he starts just fucking overflowing with ideas and he can't stop. He starts giving himself ideas all the time. Where he's like, I didn't have a pen, so I just used my fucking blood. And you just see his fingers all fucked up writing on the wall and shit.
Jesus.
Yeah, so he finally fucking gives this muse away, and then all the ideas go away, and he can't think anymore. He's just fucking, he's fucked. It was like the maddest story. It was like giving him the nightmare of his dream. It was sick.
That's sick.
And that Tom Sturridge guy who plays Sandman fucking killed it.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting his voice to be so fucking deep like that, though. It threw me off. But
My
that
name's
episode
Michael
was
Tank.
Oh,
no.
fuck.
That second story was mad. That was the highlight of that surprise episode. That was sick.
Oh, I just got to get on the Sandman tip pause.
Yeah, same.
I'll get around
I get
to
it done.
All right, that's a wrap on everything this week. Thank you for listening, everyone out there in YouTube land, Twitch land,
Yes, sir.
wherever land you come from.
forever left. But join us next week for more movie news and much more.
Love yourself. Love movies.
Vape more, smoke less, and wash your ass.